This is the American Rebellion, starring Nick's granddaughter, as you all just heard. Um, my name is Jerry. How y'all doing? We are here tonight with Matty K, who has come in from the dark shadows to join us, grace us with his presence and opinions and new words. And of course, Nick and his granddaughter. So we got Alan McMillan, Jimmy Collins, Franklin, Larry Burns, and Virginia Pollock. Hi ho. Hi ho, Virginia. We got Nick Young in the comments. And everybody's saying hello to everybody. I ain't got time for that. All right. So Matt, how you doing tonight?
Yes, Jerry. This is Sean Connery. I was just a little broken up Saturday. Sorry I couldn't make it. It was an awful ordeal. Let's just call it that.
It's nice of you to come back from the dead to talk to us, Sean. Thank you. Uh, Nick?
Well, that's the Chicago way.
Nice. All right. Okay. Anyway, Nick, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I couldn't give two shits about Sean Connery right about now, but because the roofer never fucking showed up all weekend. Now, he made a promise he's going to come tomorrow. Now, he was also questioned today during his promise. Are you licensed? And can you prove it and have insurance? Because I saw some bad reviews on his dumb ass. He says he's going to email it, so we'll see.
Okay. Let's see. Stephen Tolliver is here.
Well, no harm, no foul. You haven't given him any money yet or anything yet.
No. Oh, that was another thing. Questioned his quote as to what exactly he was going to do.
Thank you, Eric.
It's not what he alluded to.
Uh-huh. It never is it?
So he'll send a new quote, of course.
Oh. He's going to send you a new quote without even looking at it?
Yeah, he's never been here.
Yeah. Nick, run away.
Nick, you need to find some other motherfucker here. It sounds like.
Well, I've been trying. Nobody shows the fuck up. Kind of like this dude.
Well, listen, maybe call somebody reputable. I don't know. Something, but this is what's
He has an acting.
Well, Nick, since I'm not in the acting business anymore, I could use the side work. So Conley will now do roofing.
Yes, I'm sure that made him feel much better. We've all gone back in time to be part of the AmReb show
ahead.
from October instead of November. Okay, Eric, I get it. I fucked up the date. What do you want from me? Today's my wife's birthday. Spoiled her the entire weekend. Okay, well, happy birthday, Mrs. Stevens' wife. Jolene is here. How you doing, Jolene?
Happy birthday.
Uh,
Was it on Halloween? One of my sister's birthday is Halloween. So, go figure.
okay. No, her birthday is actually today. So, did you go to the rally, Stephen? I thought you had a rally to go to. He's doing like 5 today or something. He did 5 yesterday. I don't know. I gotta tell you, I don't know how he does it. I don't.
Yeah, Biden can't get out the basement.
Well,
Yeah.
Doesn't have to.
They're making it sound like he
Everybody
is.
else is working for him.
I mean, Obama's out there speeching for him, and of course, Kamala is out there doing a lot of shit. But Trump is doing his shit, doing as much as them. I don't know. So tomorrow's the big day. Seeing as how we didn't get a chance to vote yet, we'll be doing that tomorrow. And in person, of course. And we'll hopefully tomorrow night we'll have some idea. I suspect we're not going to hear who won tomorrow night, folks.
Well, I have a good feeling that we won't know shit for quite some time.
Yeah, it seems like it. Even if it's a landslide, like, to be honest, I'm looking at rally participation. 12 midnight last night or something. He had a packed house. Biden is lucky if he gets 20. He apparently he went to one rally where it was one of those car rallies where everybody stays in their car, and there were like 6 cars. Not really seeing where he has a lot of support. So I don't know.
Well, I saw one report at some rally. He had the dude said 200 cars there. Well, I'm like, all right. So figure at maximum you can get 5 people per car. It's still only 1,000 fucking people. I doubt every car had 5 fucking people in it.
True story. Yeah. So
Right. While Trump, when was it? They estimated 60,000 people showed up for that rally.
yeah. I have, however, seen my first Biden sign around Chiefland. Who knew? And they had it right out front for people to see. Like they were proud of it. I've read the Electoral College.
Well, they're allowed to do that because,
I've read that the Electoral College.
theirs don't usually get ripped down or anything by, wackos.
True. I've read the Electoral College will be even 300 Trump. I don't know. That doesn't make sense, but okay. We probably won't know the outcome of the election for 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah, because Trump's got lawyers. He was talking about last night, I think, or today, something. And Biden, they've hired hundreds of lawyers. Stephen on Saturday night said there was at least 40,000 at the rally in Pennsylvania. What I don't understand is if Trump.
Yeah,
I saw some bakery in Pennsylvania has Biden cookies and Trump cookies. They said the Trump cookies are selling 6 to 1 over the Biden cookies. So.
Yeah,
I saw that. They can't even keep up.
I said people were coming from out of state to buy them. I don't know what that says about Pennsylvania, but I suspect with the governor they have, Trump may do much better in Pennsylvania than he did the last time, which he won Pennsylvania, so just not by much. Same thing with Michigan. A lot of people hate that governor. I'm a poll watcher worker at my civic center tomorrow. I have to be there at 6 a.m. Can't leave and be there till 9. I volunteered not knowing I will be paid, so that's an extra bonus. Good for you, Alan.
Well, that's what volunteer means. You don't get paid.
Yeah,
Overwhelmed.
my sister did that once. I think they get like fucking $5 an hour or something. I mean, you ain't gonna make a fortune.
No, but that's a lot of hours, and hell, if you're getting paid, you're getting paid. Can't. See, Stephen Tolliver is also a poll worker. Virginia says overwhelming for Trump in the Electoral College. He got over 300 last time. I suspect more than over 300. I suspect it's going to be a landslide victory. And it's going to be very difficult for the Democrats to weasel out. The thing is some of these states are already making claims. Nevada's made one and Pennsylvania's made one. It's going to take like 2 to 3 weeks to count all the votes. My question is this: why have they counted them so far to keep up?
Yeah. See, that's why all the lawyers,
Mm-hmm.
because they're going to keep this shit in courts forever, contesting every damn Trump vote there is and making up for a Biden vote.
Yeah. Or
That's what's going to happen. You know how many
yeah.
crates of Biden votes are going to get found
Yeah. Exactly.
somewhere?
Exactly. And it's kind of funny how all the Biden votes are separated from the Trump votes. Don't you think? Instead of all being in the same box and have to be counted, but all the Biden votes are in like separated. I find it very interesting. Um,
Yeah, and all the ballots that are being found in dumpsters and ditches and burning ballot boxes are Trump voters.
Yep. Yep. So, yeah, Jimmy
Well,
Collins.
see, Jerry, it's a lot more convenient that way if
Yeah.
you got a whole box just with Biden shit in it.
Yeah.
You know, it's a little easier. You know?
Let's see. A local bakery here in Oakmont, Oakmont Bakery has sold out of Trump cookies 4 weeks in a row. Biden cookies have sold less than 50 dozen since they started selling them. Yeah. I think Trump's going to do very well in Pennsylvania. I think he's going to win in Florida. I think he's going to win in Michigan, and there's a real good chance he's going to win in Wisconsin. They seem pretty up on him. I think he's going to do. I don't think he's going to win, but I think he's going to do much better in California than he did last time, and probably lose by not as much. Unfortunately.
Well, yeah, we all know he's going to win, but is he going to be reelected? That's the fucking problem. We know he's going to win.
Alan McMillan says day 6, no fucking power here.
It's changing the rules nonstop.
Democrats are running around trying to cheat like crazy. Republicans are running after them and busting them. Yeah, but it doesn't. See, the problem is it's not that. It doesn't matter who busts them. Nothing happens. If the supervisor of election in your county loses votes or finds them after the election because she didn't know where they were, she should be immediately prosecuted.
Yeah, and then there's that too, you know.
I know of
somebody needs to go to jail over malfeasance in office, so to speak.
Yeah, because if you're the supervisor of elections and you don't know where all the ballots are, I have to tell you that is a fucking problem. That is a major fucking problem. Okay. I only know of one supervisor of elections.
Oh yeah, and there's no
deterrent
for him either.
No,
because they don't think they're going to get arrested or anything, so
No.
they're not afraid to fucking do it.
No, I've known of one supervisor of elections who's been removed from office, and that's down here in Florida in Broward County, big county. Okay, for her absolute, as they said, malfeasance. And she fought it, and the state legislature backed the governor and kept her removed. Okay. Then she threatened to sue, and then it never happened because I think she knew she would lose. She's a black woman, them crazy fucking eyes. I can't remember her friggin' name. but she had been supervisor of elections for years and years and years. I at one point voted against her. Um, I remember only one person. Well, there's been regular people like us get arrested and put in jail for election fraud. There've been quite a few, but not near the number of people actually doing it. Most of them were, um, I don't know, not very bright about how they did it. They'd vote 8, 9 times, that kind of thing. You can't do that without getting caught. We caught a stupid idiot ripping Trump flags and yard signs out of people's yards today. It didn't go well for him. Oh, good. That was a shit show in Florida in 2018. Yeah, it seems like ever since the Bush Gore election, it's been a shit show every year. James Beam is here. How you doing, James? Um, so Destiny Paris is here somewhere. I missed her. I'm sorry, Destiny. How you doing? I don't know. Oh, here's what I do know that I believe Trump is going to win tomorrow. And as Matt's right. Whether he's reelected, who the fuck knows? But we'll see. I think if he wins in a landslide, it's going to make it very difficult for the Democrats to fight it. They will, but it's going to make it very difficult for the lawyers to win. I also believe that we should worry more about the House and the Senate because we actually need him to have the House and the Senate for him to be able to do anything. Yeah, you know how that hanging Chad thing started? Some old lady complained that she didn't understand the thing and so on and so forth. And that's how that whole thing started. And went on for however long it went on till the Supreme Court got involved. And I believe same thing's going to end up coming up here. Tiffany Sullivan, how are you? The American Rebellion. Hello, American Rebellion. The time has come. Almost. There's a bunch of businesses boarding up their windows, expecting riots and looting upon election results. Yeah, well, most of them, from what I understand, and it's in democratically controlled cities. So, such as Philadelphia, Detroit, the usual places in California, anywhere that has, any state with a democratically controlled, rather relatively large city.
But they're going to blame it on the right.
Yeah.
Extremists.
One of our Democratic senators.
These people know damn good and well why they're boarding up there.
Oh yeah.
Because the left extremists have already said they're going to riot in the streets regardless.
Mm-hmm. And it is Antifa. It is BLM. Kenneth Horn, hello. Hello, Kenneth Horn. How are you? Wait and see after Trump wins. A couple of Democrats are going to resign so they can give up their seats for Kamala and Biden to occupy. Well, Kamala already has her seat in the Senate. That's not going away. And Biden would have to be elected to something. I heard Soros has an army ready to attack. He said he will do it. I don't know. Inauguration is going to be a shit show. The governor of Oregon has called the National Guard to be on standby after the election. Bitch should really have called 7 months ago in Portland. Yeah. Hey, y'all, Ken Horn is a friend of mine. Well, we're sorry to hear that, Ken. We won't hold it against you, though. Don't worry. It's all good. Seriously. I thought you had to give up your Senate seat to run for VP. You don't have to give up anything to run. Look at Buttigieg. He didn't give up being the mayor of was it South Bend or whatever it was to run for president.
Well, he didn't give up smoking pole either.
No, and to tell you the truth, that's the way it should be. If you want to run for a different office while you're currently serving in one, you should be made to resign. What's her name when McCain run from Alaska had to be, but she ended up. I think after they lost. I'm not sure. Nice to meet you all. Well, thank you, Ken. It's nice to meet you too. Bite me, Jerry. Oh, okay. But it was a joke. Hey, Tiffany's friend.
Who was that?
Tiffany Sullivan.
Anybody that loves me?
No.
Like Destiny?
No, Destiny hates you. Sorry. Sarah Palin, yeah. But I think she quit the governorship after the election, though. So Kenneth is friends with Tiffany. We'll give him our sympathies, and we'll move on. Kenneth, you ever been to her house?
Sorry, Kenneth.
Did you need mental health
Right.
evaluation after you
Can I
left?
call you Ken?
Without the with 12 dogs, 42 kids, and a bird, especially the bird. Trump says on day one he's going in with a team of lawyers. This is really I mean, it's not unprecedented, but it's unbelievable that there's this much violence. It's unbelievable that before the election is even over, for the last 6 months, 8 months, they've been saying that no one's going to concede. It's unreal what's going on. Also going to fire Falsey. Yeah, it's about time. He should have.
Oh yeah, they got
ago.
lots of businesses boarding their places up today.
Yep.
For anticipation of tomorrow.
Yep. Because I think it's going to start. Well, it'll start at dark. It's getting darker earlier. Usually the polls close on the over here. On the East Coast they close at 7:00. I don't know about the rest of the country, but normally I think they close at 7. They open at 7, close at 7. So just depends on where you live on when 7:00 shows up. Because like California, that would be 11:00 here. So
I believe they stay on 8 p.m. In California.
okay, so you're looking at 12:00 here, and I think we can safely say that
Yes, federal elections, regardless of your time zone, is 6 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Kenny, feel free to give your opinion on anything. Ain't nobody here gonna judge you, bash you, no matter what you say. In this group, we respect different opinions, like Americans are supposed to. Oh yeah, that's actually true. For the most part, we have had some people down here that were actual liberals, Democrats. They're not here now for different reasons. The last one we had accused somebody of something he didn't do. But yeah, I know in Texas they open at 7 and close
Yeah, I
at 7.
plead the fifth over you.
Yeah. All these athletes endorse Biden on behalf of BLM as a crock of shit. Keep your opinion in the voting booth. I agree with that, but then they're allowed to talk. The problem is that if we, as say for instance, white people said the same thing that these black athletes are saying, we would be accused of being racist. Whereas they get to say it without any, everybody's, yep, he's right. I'm working the election tomorrow, 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Right. We try to be as respectful as possible. Got to understand we've been doing this a long time, so Hell, we argue with each other sometimes. Whatever. But anyway, say whatever the hell you want. I don't.
Glory, glory, hallelujah.
The,
Glory, glory. Yeah, we're the bastions of propriety.
oh yeah, we are. Yeah. The only rule we really got is no real racist shit. That's it. Donald Trump also has a lot of famous people endorsing him. Also, I guess it goes both ways on both sides. It does. The problem isn't that. The problem is when people like you know. Well, Brett Favre doesn't have a lot to lose, but and Arnold Palmer doesn't either. But except they get trashed and in some cases canceled. Kirstie Alley, people like that. So Scott Baio, um, some
Arnold Palmer? What are you talking about?
Arnold
He's
Palmer,
dead.
Arnold. No, Jack Nicklaus. I'm sorry, Jack Nicklaus.
Jack Nicholson.
Y'all think they might try some voter suppression? No, I think what they're going to do is find votes that they didn't know they had. I think the voter suppression has already been going on for like 6 months now, or actually 4 years, if you want to know the truth, between the mainstream media and everything else. Um, the Democrats, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, blocking everything or putting up ridiculous bills that the Republicans have no choice but to block. Thankfully, we got somebody doing that, even if it is Mitch fucking McConnell. Um, it's the voter suppression has been going on for 4 years, and before that, if you want to count the election with Hillary, in the Obama years, I mean, they're the ones that came up with the Russia bullshit and all that crap to win the election. Um, but tomorrow or the next day is when all the Biden votes will be found in some warehouse, trunk of a car, somebody's bedroom, you name it. And that's when the problems will start. If Trump wins in a landslide tomorrow, especially in the Electoral College, it's going to be very difficult for Joe Biden to come up with that many missing votes.
Well, hell, does that really make any difference? I mean, the popular vote doesn't elect the president anyways.
Well,
It's all electoral college.
It kind of does, because if you have to have more, for instance, for Trump, in each county you have to have more Republican voters than Democratic voters in order to get the majority of the people in the majority of counties to beat out whatever county the big cities are in to where the electoral votes go. I hope I explained that good. I don't know. Maybe not.
Well, it's popular by state,
Yes. Thank you. That's a
not
better
by
word.
United.
No. I bet Bigfoot votes for
Well,
Trump.
excuse me.
Rachel Maddow will overdose on BC powders. I wonder if any of them are going to cry like they did last time, or if they've at least learned the lesson that they should have a modicum of, something. I don't know what it is, because the last time, I mean, the jokes just wrote themselves for 4 years. And if Biden doesn't win, they're all going to scream it's Trump's fault. Well, they're already blaming Trump for voter suppression, voter fraud, voter whatever negative thing you can think of, and they're the ones actually doing it. And it's sad because, that's what the Democrats do. They blame the Republicans for what they're actually doing. And the sad part is they've been caught at a lot of it, and nobody is getting prosecuted in Russia thing. They got caught at all kinds of shit. The whole goddamn Trump called everybody losers at the cemetery bullshit. All of this. The word Jerry is looking for is dignity. Don't you know the red wave is made of liberal tears? Well, 2 postal employees in Pennsylvania plead guilty to tampering with absentee ballots by throwing them away. Every ballot found were for Trump. Yeah. What makes me wonder, Stephen, did they go through them before they threw them away? Because I find it interesting that only Trump votes are the ones being found and not Biden votes. I find that interesting.
Yeah, how can they discern which is which?
Yeah. Yeah. So, in my opinion, they also went through them. It's like we were talking about earlier when, they find all these Biden votes. Well, why are they separated into just Biden votes and just Trump votes? Why are they separated? Matt says because it makes them easier to find them. I don't know, but in the end, why? It should be that way here, for fuck's sakes. That's
I don't
why
know. They
we're
had
stuck
that
with
thing out
Justine
here where
Yeah.
or they had busted somebody because the return envelopes had next to the barcode an R or a D on it. So of course they could look at that easily and throw the R ones away.
That's possible.
Presumably, most of the D ones would be voting Democratic. You never know, but you take the wheat with the chaff there.
No, I that could be. That could very well be. Could very well be.
Yeah, I heard the same thing, Matt. There were D and R on the envelope, on the outer envelope.
Perhaps that was put there.
Well, I heard that and I looked at mine. I couldn't find it on there anywhere.
Yeah, but if there's a barcode, there's also numbers, and one of those.
They didn't do it here.
If there's a barcode, there's also numbers usually, and one of those numbers, I bet if you looked up what the numbers mean, you would find out one of those numbers means Republican, one means Democrat, one means Independent, one or whatever you got in your state, one means Libertarian, that kind of thing.
Yeah, you can get a barcode app on your phone to read what it is, and then you see an R or a D, you know what to do with it.
Right. Y'all.
Yeah, I have that app on my phone. I use it quite a bit, actually.
Y'all think we will know tomorrow night? Some don't think so. I have spoke to. I tell you the truth, I don't know. All I know, I can tell you from Florida, DeSantis, the governor, has come out and said that all the votes will be counted by tomorrow night. Now, what the difference between that and Pennsylvania is, I do not know. I don't know the process of how they go about it. My question is to these states that say they can't get their shit together by tomorrow night is why haven't they started counting them already? Hey, Robert Lawrence. How you doing, Robert? That's my question, because they should have been counting them from day one. Okay, of the absentee or mail-in voting bullshit, and to keep everything as up to date as possible. Doesn't necessarily, and we should be hearing about who's leading the race from the day that they start taking in these votes, early voting. Okay, that's what we should be doing. No one who is sane.
No, you shouldn't be hearing any results of what they've been counting.
No? You don't think so?
You shouldn't hear how many Democrats have voted, how many Republicans have voted early. I mean, that's like leaking confidential shit.
I don't know.
To me.
I mean, I've been hearing a lot about Republicans are outnumbering Democrats voting in a lot of states, but Florida, for one, they've set a record, actually. My small county has actually set a record for voting. Okay, so they don't do that, but
even Dade County is actually leading in Republican votes.
And I'm going to tell you,
that's unheard of.
I'm going to tell you right now, from living down in South Florida, I lived, we'll just say around Fort Lauderdale. Everybody knows that. And Miami is about an hour or so south. Democrats don't lose in Miami-Dade County. They don't lose down there. There may be a fucking earthquake. And the reason for that is simple. The socialist agenda of the Democratic Party. Miami is majority Cuban. They hate Castro. They hated when Obama went to visit Castro and tried to normalize relations. They hate Castro. They hate anything about any of that shit. The older ones can't stand them. They teach the younger ones what it was like in Cuba back in the day, and still is. Okay. And it's there may be a huge earthquake of a thing if Trump wins down there. The only Republican I know of that wins down there is Marco Rubio. And that is because he says all the right shit. I hate Marco Rubio. However, again, what am I going to do? Vote for a Democrat? Really? I have distributed a list of deceased people to match against all ballots collected. Each name has their voter registration number to help match to the list. That's from Steven. I hear Republicans outnumber Dems like 7-1. This was this morning. Am I close? I don't know. I haven't heard today, but I have heard that in Florida, it's a record. The actual vote in the entire state of Florida, people voting, is a record. And we're not the only state either. There are quite a few states that there's actually, we're going to have probably more people voting in this election than at any time in history. So,
Georgia's another one. Pennsylvania, it will be another one for sure.
Yeah.
With everything that's going on with the rallies in Pennsylvania, the people showing up.
Yeah. Well, they've had enough of their governor, too. A lot of these Democratic governors, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, have done more to get Trump reelected. Hillary Clinton, anybody with a mouth, LeBron James, have done more to get Trump elected than anything Trump has done. Because people are sick of this shit. They see what's happening in places like the UK where they're locked down again, saying probably till next year. Their governors are threatening to lock everybody down, this, that, and the other. They don't want that shit. They're tired of hearing about how Trump's a racist. They're tired of hearing about this, that, and the other. They're tired of being called names, chumps and ugly, and you name it. Deplorables the last time. The U.S. Supreme Court denied a GOP request to restrict PA voting extension. I know. Roberts.
Yeah. Thank Roberts. But I did hear Ohio is a landslide for Trump. And North Carolina is looking pretty good for Trump. So we'll see what happens there. And they don't like their governor either.
There's a lot of senior Canadians that spent 6 months plus years down in Florida with dual citizenship. I'll bet they're voting for Dems. They probably are. Canadians down in South Florida do not have a good reputation for more than one reason. One of them is they're doing it mostly because if they only live there a certain amount of time a year, they don't have to pay any kind of taxes or some kind of taxes or something. And another one, at the restaurants around town, they are known as being incredibly cheap. These are all older people who don't tip, apparently. But the tax thing, they tried to fix that in Florida so that they had to pay their fair share of taxes for living here. I don't know if they ever did, to be honest. Yeah, it seems they called Trump voters deplorable last time. I'm surprised they did not come out with a new. They have. He called us chumps. There's actually a Facebook page that says chumps for Trump. And the last a couple of his so-called rallies ago, he called us ugly. Lady Gaga has been making fun of Southern people with her video. I'm not bragging, but we have been from one side of America to the other in the last month, and it's been Trump. The only thing to worry about is fraud in the swing states. I think he's going to win Minnesota. I do. Uh, Minnesota has a multitude of problems with their government and the things they're allowing. And I think it's time that, not that Democrats learn a lesson from losing, they just get worse. It's almost as if it's revenge. So I have found one Trump sign in where I live. One, or not Trump sign, Biden sign. And it was just actually like yesterday, the day before. I hadn't been down that road in a while, and there it was. They had a Biden flag. They had a Biden Harris sign. Nowhere in our Constitution is a clause that says votes shall be counted 3 days to however long it takes after the presidential election. I agree. That lady Go-Go is absolute slime. Yeah, she's a piece of work. She is. If you go on Fox News, you can see the video. She's got her in full camo, standing next to a Trump, crushing a beer can and saying some ridiculous shit. The thing is, what people don't realize, I wear camo. I'm not stupid. I'm not the brightest bulb in the box, but I'm not stupid. And there's a lot of Northerners voting for Trump too. Because surprisingly enough, they like to go to work, make their living, and not be called names or harassed or any of that bullshit. And they're just tired of the fucking crap from the Democrats. I saw a Biden sign, but it was still red. That's possible. I haven't seen anything like that, but this one was blue and white. And I live in a rural areas, so that was the only one I've ever seen. Though. They seem proud of it. I don't know.
Oh, y'all see the video of the Biden bus with all the Trump supporters following it?
Yeah.
That shit was hilarious.
Yeah, the FBI started an investigation on that. Why is the FBI involved in that?
Oh, yeah, it's all Trump's cutthroats hunting down fucking bullshit.
Yeah, there was a wreck at one point, so now FBI has an investigation.
Yeah. Well, I would. What did I win exactly? Was it a guitar or my $5,000 you owe me for my DNA Latin water bottle? I remember. Yes, I remember these things. President Trump said he has secrets about Lady Gaga that would blow people's minds. I imagine he has secrets on quite a few people, but you don't need secrets on her because, I mean, this woman wore a meat dress one time. So here's what I'm thinking. She's just another Hollywood music so-called icon that I wouldn't know one of her songs if it played on a loop all day here.
Yeah, same here.
You know,
Couldn't tell who the hell was singing.
Well, I've heard a couple Lady Gaga songs, and I won't lie.
you're a communist. Did you like them?
Well, actually, it's not that bad. I mean, terribly. Yeah, I can't say they were horrible, but, you know, I mean,
Well, you probably hear
heard
them.
'em.
You got two 13, 14-year-old kids who I'm sure listen to Lady Gaga. They all do. The Biden campaign
well,
staffer.
yeah.
Let's see. The Biden campaign staffer was the one who tried to run the pickup off the road, but it's being on the Trump supporter. Yeah, of course.
Not surprising.
Yeah. So I'm never going to listen to, I mean, purposely anyway, to any song by somebody named Lady Gaga. I mean, you're a grown woman. Is that really how you want to be known? I know she takes her money all the way to the bank. I get it, but just not interested. The stations I listen
Yeah.
to are 70s. I went in the barn. I listen to a station, classic rock. In my truck, I listen to satellite radio. It's all 70s music. I don't listen to really nothing new. I stick with what I like. I'm not really disappointed too much unless every once in a while they play an 80s song like Hi Sharona. Then I want to just, fly through the roof. But I can only imagine how Harris was reacting during the Trump parade escorting the bus. Y'all can't see it, but I'm smiling and laughing. I think that's funny. Has that ever happened ever before? Yes, and the media propagandists are saying just the opposite, even though the police have said the escort vehicle was at fault. Yeah, nobody wants to listen to that, to anything that's
Well,
not
did you guys
Trump's
hear
fault.
Joe's latest gaffe that I think it was yesterday? Where he tried to say like 3 words at the same time.
Yeah, it didn't work out
It's
for him.
fucking hilarious.
It was like
Nobody can decipher it.
yeah, it was like
Trouble up front, for pressures.
yeah, yeah. Joe is not well. It's actually very sad what they're doing to him. But then, if you're voting for Biden, you're actually voting for Harris. It's that simple. Okay. Harris, I don't know. In the Senate, she's probably the most progressive one in the Senate. And AOC is opening her mouth. She has probably done more than anybody to get Trump reelected just by her opening her mouth. It's actually pretty sad.
Oh, did you see there was Trump rally yesterday. We said 5 wins. You'll have Omar, the head of the National Security, the Homeland Security Department.
That would be that'd be a fucking disaster. Well, Kamala there is she wants unfettered immigration. They all want common sense gun control, which means taking all their guns away. And I have to tell you, this is America. I got to tell these politicians. I know none of them are listening, but I got to tell you, this is America. This ain't nowhere else. This is America. There are going to be people turning their guns. There are, but not a lot. There's been 18.5 million guns sold in this country in the last year. People like us are not going to give them up without a bloody fight. Like it, don't like it, means nothing. Okay? And I think that some states, in order to, there would have to be some kind of constitutional amendment to the Second Amendment. They can't just take everybody's fucking guns.
Hell, you might see fucking states seceding from the union again.
Could be.
If they go drastically in that direction.
Yep. And in the end, it won't solve a goddamn
Well,
thing.
there's one trying that. Trying, what is it? Colorado trying that shit right now. One of those states.
Well,
so that they can do popular vote instead of electoral vote.
Yeah. That's because Colorado's Democratic. Does anyone believe that Joe is the
Right.
placeholder for someone else? Yeah, I think he's the placeholder for Kamala Harris. That's why they picked her.
Exactly.
That's why they picked her. They could have picked anyone other than
And
Kamala
she's
Harris.
the fucking ventriloquist dummy for whoever's running the fucking show.
Yep. Which you can bet would be
We know
Okay.
she'll say any fucking thing they tell her to. I mean, she's got no fucking scruples whatsoever.
Nope. And she does.
Oh, no, somebody's got their hand up her ass and making her mouth move.
Yep.
I promise.
Stephen Tolliver says, I will not turn in any firearms or ammunition ever. Sorry. That's how it's going to be with millions of people. Some will turn them in. Some.
I'll turn them in one shot at a fucking time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Turn my bullets in one shot at a time.
There needs to be. I believe that is the one thing that will actually start a war in this country. People don't know what time the American Rebellion show is on. It's on the same time every time since we've been doing it. So predictions on the vote counts. Oh, I don't know about that. I think Trump wins in a landslide. I think it will be akin to Nixon and was it McGovern? I remember I think I was 6 when Nixon landslided McGovern. The West Coast is talking about
Yeah, I
succeeding.
remember that. I believe I was like in 5th or 6th grade, I think, at that time, in that election.
California is half of California is trying to secede from the other half of California. They don't want to secede from the country. They want to secede. I think Northern California and someplace wants to secede from the southern part, but I don't think it's working out for them at all. Okay. They want a state of Jefferson, I think it's called. My guns have been stolen. Yeah, I hear you. Jimmy Collins, Texas, the only state that can legally do so. Yeah, because Texas is actually a republic. It's not actually a state. The Republic of Texas, not the state of Texas. Although everybody says it's the state of Texas, it's actually a republic. So.
Well, I wonder if that works for Pennsylvania since it's a commonwealth, not a state. I don't know what the difference is, but it is known as the Commonwealth, not a state.
Texas could also.
Yeah, I never understood that.
Texas could also do it. They have a very large economy. California is another one. They have a large economy. How much money they actually have, I think, is a question that could be asked and investigated. But if they had that much money, why would they keep raising taxes on everything? You know what I mean? Because their tax rate is probably higher than anybody else in the country. I think their tax rate's higher than
Maxine got to get her hay did. That's why.
Okay, then if I was the one in control, why would I pick a Barney Fife? Biden is a joke. I would have picked someone with a chance. Who do they have? Who in those however many people were on the Democratic stage at the beginning? Who did they have? Okay, they had Elizabeth Warren. Nobody wanted her. Pete Buttigieg. Nobody. You know, they didn't really have. Biden was the only one they had. They never groomed anybody.
Biden's the only one that got name recognition or anything. That's it.
Yep.
Really? I mean,
That's
Harris, but
and
she got her ass kicked.
Oh, they kicked Harris to the curb real early.
Yeah. Well, Tulsi.
Imagine that one.
The only one that was actually relatively a lot more normal was Tulsi Gabbard. And I wouldn't have voted for her either, but of all the Democrats, she sounded the least crazy, and she is the one who got Kamala kicked out, questioning her record as California state's attorney or department, justice,
Right.
whatever she was. She got after that debate where Tulsi laid into her, Kamala's numbers dropped. So they had to pick Biden, and then Biden had to pick Kamala Harris because she had the most name recognition, and she's the loudest at these stupid investigative hearings and all the rest of it. And I think everybody on the Democratic side knows Joe ain't right in the head. So they wanted somebody they could take over, which explains why all these people, including Joe Biden, says the next president of the United States is Kamala Harris.
It's the Harris Biden administration. It's stupid fuck.
Yep. Her husband introduced her as the next president of the United
And
States.
I'm waiting for Tulsi. I'm waiting for Tulsi to change the Republic.
It could happen. And there's probably quite a few Democrats just like her. The problem is they have no guts to vote against what Pelosi wants, including Tulsi Gabbard. Okay, it's not like Tulsi Gabbard is any better.
Well,
They want to get reelected, and between not getting the votes they need to be reelected because of their own actions of voting with Trump, Nancy Pelosi threatens them with the Democratic Party not giving them money to get reelected. There's a lot of shit involved, so they just toe the line, which on the outside looks great. The Democrats are in lockstep, but in reality, they don't do a damn thing for the country. Let's see. Tina Scott says, my parents are feeling better. The flu was 100 times worse than stupid China virus, they both said. There you go. I'm glad to hear that, though, Tina. I'm glad to hear that. It's nice to see you, too. Tiffany Sullivan is back again. You think Hillary?
Well, really, the sad thing about the election is Joe's wanted to be president for a long time.
Oh yeah.
And now he can't get over it. He doesn't even realize he's just fucked up. People that they're getting fucked up like him, they don't realize they are getting fucked up. That's why, he's continuing on. If he realized that he was being, oh my God, my mind is going, he would probably drop out. But they don't realize that they're fucked up. That's the fucking problem with it.
I don't know.
Yeah, Joe's thinking there's 4 strikes in baseball.
Yeah.
This will be his 4th strike.
Yeah.
You get 4 balls, you don't get 4 strikes.
Right.
I didn't hear that one. Did he really say that? Even him losing his mind should be able to remember you only get 3 strikes.
No, that's me saying that.
Huh.
But he thinks that. He lost 3 times already.
Well, technically he quit one time. He didn't lose, but okay, I'll give you credit for that.
Well, he quit because of plagiarism. So Franklin wants to know if we've seen the last of Hillary Clinton or she'll run for president again. I don't think she's going to run for anything again, but we have not heard the last of Hillary Clinton or Bill because they never shut the hell up. Okay? Every
I hope
day.
she starts running from the law.
Yeah, not going to happen, but that would be so grand. In the end,
No, Nick, she runs the law. She's not running from the law.
that's yeah.
But yeah, there's that.
Yeah. She just every single day has some. Today, the latest one is she said the election isn't over till all the votes are counted. Yeah. Okay. And that's mild compared to what she's usually saying on a daily basis. We will never stop hearing from her until she's dead. And then there's her daughter. Follow her daughter on Twitter. She's just as fucking stupid.
Then there's Obama. Now, you notice you hadn't heard anything from Michelle lately, or Michael, or whatever her name is, whatever its name is.
Yeah. Well, no, Michelle's been out.
Laying low.
Michelle has been out. She actually has a podcast, I think. She's been out talking shit. But Obama's actually been out. And his crowds, think about this, guys. His crowds. He filled up Mile High Stadium during his first campaign. His crowds are nothing now. She's reduced to doing podcasts. Yeah, that's what she's doing.
And
podcasts.
why did he wait till like the last fucking week? If Obama is so fucking hot on Joe, why did he wait till last week to do anything for him?
Well,
It's a fucking joke.
there were rumors during the Obama administration that they didn't really like each other, and Obama hated Joe, thought he was stupid. There have been many people come out and say he's one of the dumbest people in the Senate. I think Biden, being a white guy, supposedly moderate but easily swayed, was the pick because of just that. He's easily swayed. He's a corrupt piece of shit, as we can all see, but nobody seems to care. Because there are,
Or what they say, a Barry will give you $5 million to go and make a few speeches this week for Joe.
yeah.
Oh, okay, sure. I'll take $5 million, no problem.
Just think if Reagan could throw his opinion into this shit show. Well, Reagan's daughter, who was the embarrassment of his administration, said he would hate this, and he probably would hate the. Everybody hates the vitriol, as they say, but I don't know what he would say. I love people who tell everybody what dead people would say. I love that, like if Hillary Clinton's daughter is as bad as her mother, do you think she'll ever get involved
like
in politics
Ruth's dying
herself?
wish.
Well, Franklin, she says she does not want to run for anything. However, who knows? Hillary
She'll
Clinton,
take a kickback here and there, though.
Chelsea Clinton is stupid, and she ran. I think she's still running the Clinton Foundation. Chelsea Clinton has the exact same.
Can't pay for her wedding.
Recycling money off of it, of course.
She's got to work for her wedding. I mean, come on, they pay for her wedding.
No, they paid for the wedding with the fucking. She's getting paid a lot of money. Her husband, I believe, was a hedge fund manager until something happened. I don't remember. It is definitely a possibility she could run. She's still young, whatever. But as of now, last I heard, I think she blocked me on Twitter when I told her that she should get a lawyer for her mother and a rapist father. I'm pretty sure I got blocked or whatever.
You think?
Yeah, I don't. Could be. Hey, I got to tell you the truth. On her feed, that was actually pretty mild compared to some of the shit people were saying to her. Watched the Biden event in Beaver County, Pennsylvania. He introduced his grandson as Hunter at the end. Yeah, I heard. I heard about that. That's kind of funny.
Oh yeah, and then like a month ago or something, he couldn't remember how many grandkids he had. I think he said 5, but he's got like 7 or something. He doesn't care about the other 2, I guess. I don't know.
It's let's see. I have a friend who has been traveling back and forth from Florida to Hungary. Hungary requires him to have 2 negative test results from a doctor, but still quarantined for 10 days. But re-entry into Florida only needs a note from a doctor saying he tested negative. That's because we're a Republican state. Folks, the COVID thing is a lie at this point. Yes, people are catching it, as Tina can tell you. Tina can also tell you that her parents, as she just said, and I quote her, the flu was way worse. Okay. Also, there have been people, many people who have died from it. That is from a horribly bad policy, and a lot of them died from being put on, what do they call them, respirators, whatever they are, to and blowing out their lungs because they were set wrong or this, that, and the other. Many of them who were on there did not need to be on there. Had a lot to do with money going to hospitals and states that and then look at all the people with cancer and all the people who had heart attacks who died of COVID. Okay, the number count is wrong. Period. The
Yeah,
number
man,
count.
the flu deaths
Yeah.
this year, last I saw a few days ago, 69.
69 people or 69,000?
69 people.
Okay.
You know that's bullshit.
Yeah, because usually it's somewhere around 50,000. Right.
Yeah, 50 to 80,000.
Yeah.
Average.
Well, now that they've made the COVID into such a big thing, they got to take the flu and make it less all of a sudden. Okay. Here's what I'm going to tell you. It's all political bullshit. Cuomo, who killed more people with his policies than any other governor, okay, is now not only blaming Trump for New York deaths, he's blaming Trump for every death in America. He came out and said it the other day. He had a commission set up to see if he did anything wrong. The commission came back, said no. He wrote a book on how he did nothing wrong. Yet he's putting sick people in nursing homes, and not only are they dying, because the nursing homes aren't really set up for that sort of thing, but the people in the nursing homes are dying that were already there. Okay, Cuomo is a fucking piece of garbage. He is the one that they should be calling a mass murderer, not Trump. Trump lied. What was Trump supposed to do? Get up on his fucking chair and scream, "Eek, we're all going to die"? No. He had to keep the country going. He locked it down for 30 days. Didn't really notice it here. Everybody's locked down about a week, and then everybody opened up again. But, okay. In the end, the whole thing is so hypocritical, it's ridiculous. You can't get it at Walmart, but you can get it at a bar, or you can get it at a church or a synagogue. Apparently, you can't get it at a mosque in New York. The synagogues, however, seem to be a major problem with the bozo. Okay.
Oh, there's another point I wanted to bring up. Why are we having all this this little pesky, terrorism shits going on in Europe over the last 2-3 days right before the election? There's some big fucking 8 different locations in Austria that were attacked at this, synchronized.
Yeah. Yep.
Today.
There were a lot of deaths too, I hear.
Cutting people head off over the weekend and shit in France and everything. And what the fuck is going on with this?
What I love the
There's
most,
some kind of, they're gonna blame Trump for this tomorrow or something.
the problem is when I read the press and they say the police have no motive for the crime. Really?
Yeah. Okay.
Or they call them by their nationality instead of Muslim, even though they come from a majority Muslim country, no matter where that may be. I mean, they call Africans by their country of origin instead of Muslim. A lot of countries in Africa have a lot of Muslims in them. Some are majority. You can ask Tiffany, or Destiny rather, because she lives in a country that has quite a few of them. She says, we have at this point no deaths or cases of Wuhan flu, but yet we still have restrictions for fuck's sake. So over the BS from the power hungry bastard. Yep. God forbid if you go to a voting booth. Yeah. Religions that make sense are hotspots. This has nothing to do with the China flu. It has to do with power hungry politicians and a political viewpoint. The Democrats have made this sound oh so much more than it is. And what they have managed to do is frighten certain people into believing that a mask is actually going to keep you safe. And then they turn around and say, it's not, the mask is not keeping you safe, it's keeping other people safe, to make everybody believe that they have to do their part. Well, I walk in at almost every single store I go into without a mask, and if you don't like it, go pack sand. Because here's what I've noticed in Florida: nobody anywhere I go is enforcing this shit. It's a no-win situation. If the case,
Yeah, here too.
What? Go ahead.
Yeah, here too in Louisiana. Nobody's enforcing this shit.
Nope.
I mean, enough is enough. Our governor is a dickhole. Yeah, to be blunt. I mean, he wants to lock down this state and just ruin the whole state. But then he wants to raise taxes.
Yeah.
On a state that has nobody working in it.
Yeah.
How the fuck is that gonna work?
Yep.
Jack wagon.
Yep. Eric Driver says, no-win situation. If the case count goes down, they'll be like, see, the lockdowns are working. We need to stay the course. If the case count goes up, then it's we aren't following the lockdowns like we should, or so we need to implement it longer. Yeah. And they're all screaming to people like me and anybody else on here doesn't wear masks every fucking where they go. And it's our fault. I don't have the fucking COVID. It's not my fault. And if I do, I got to tell you, it's the best disease I've ever had in my fucking life, because my wife don't have it. Because if my wife had it, she'd be sick. Okay, so I got enough fucking problems. All right, and quite frankly, I personally have known in real life one person that had it, and I guess she's over it. And she had every pre-existing condition you could think of. I gotta go. My Wi-Fi's out, and this LTE bullshit sucks. I'm missing more of these words of wisdom than I'm hearing. Sorry about that, Alan. Take care of yourself. Does anyone want my governor? No, I like ours. I can't tell you the last time I put on a face diaper. My wife wears one.
I'll take him, whoever it is, at face value. Trade you for Gavin Newsom. No problem.
Yeah.
I'll give you John Bell Edwards. But it's not a trade. I mean, it's just get rid of yours and give you mine.
Yeah. John Bell Edwards, he's a piece of work. I hear about him a lot, probably because, well, you hear about Gavin Newsom a lot too, because of just some of the ridiculous shit that is going on. But the Weather Channel came out and said this new storm that's coming, it's probably going to hit Mexico, I guess, and Colombia or some fucking where. I don't know. Anyway, it could go up to a category 4 or 5.
Well, Sam got to give them fuckers.
But they came out as saying that it's because of global warming we're getting these huge storms that go from a tropical storm to a hurricane so quickly. I'm pretty sure that it was the original founder of the Weather Channel who stated that global warming is bullshit. So,
Yeah. And there's that.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was John. He was on the Weatherman in San Diego for like 50 years. That started with John. I can't remember his fucking name. He's dead now.
Yeah, he's dead now, but he did. That's how I learned it. Matt told us. But yeah, it's
Yeah, but now that he's dead, his words mean nothing.
exactly. Oh, the only time words mean anything from dead people is if the dead people were Democrats. and then you can tell everybody in the world what the
If they're
dead people
voting.
would say. No, it's like, Martin Luther King. 500 people come out and tell you what Martin Luther King would say. Most of them never fucking met him. Okay? Others would think, I think our founding fathers would be rolling in their graves looking at how corrupt the government has turned out and how the American people haven't done something about it. I think that's about all they would think.
I think our founding fathers told us what they think, and if somebody would read the fucking Constitution, they would know exactly what they thought.
Yeah. And unfortunately, we have justices on the Supreme Court that have read the Constitution, yet rule whatever way they feel like. We have others that don't. Hopefully, this new one won't. She's starting to hear cases already, which is nice. Notice
Yeah, the
it's only.
problem is, and I have a problem with anybody getting elected to the Supreme Court. You don't have to have been a judge or anything. Now, thankfully, I think so far everyone's been a judge so far. You can elect anybody to be a judge
Yeah.
in the Supreme Court. There's no qualifications whatsoever.
Yeah, that's why they're supposed to have consent from the Senate to stop unqualified candidates. The problem is that the Senate is so partisan in these deals because the Senate has too much. Each politician, each side has so much riding on what exactly the Supreme Court will rule for or against. Right now, it's the Democrats up in arms. However, at one time, like Ruth Bader Ginsburg won the vote something like 97-3, and she's as liberal as it gets.
Yeah, it was almost unanimous.
Yep.
For her.
Yep. Now it's you got to make sure you got the votes before you can put even anybody up, and that's what they do. And now the vote, like this is what 53-47 or something to that effect. That's just partisan bullshit. And they asked the most.
And run Amy Coney Barrett through the mill, and this stupid bitch from Hawaii,
Mazie Hirono.
Whatever the fuck her name is.
Mazie
Yeah,
Hirono.
that stupid bitch.
Yeah.
Wants to ask her that stupid fucking question.
Yep.
If she's ever, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. She's
proposition someone.
Yeah.
For sexual shit. I mean, come on now.
Well,
come on, man.
Yeah. It's sad. And that's if I had to guess. I mean, I'm not a constitutional expert. I can read it and understand it pretty well, but I'm not a constitutional expert. Okay. But if you couldn't see where Judge Barrett was not qualified to be on the Supreme Court just by watching her demeanor and her answers and her blank notepad and the whole 9 yards, okay? I have to tell you, you're a partisan hack who has no business in our government. Sorry.
True. That blank notepad should have shut them all the fuck up.
Yep.
They thought she was reading notes.
Yep.
And she holds it up, says, "There's not a goddamn word on this shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's the notepad y'all gave me with nothing on it."
Yep.
Made an ass out of the whole bunch.
Yep.
But it meant nothing.
That's right. Okay, we do have to figure out. I guess we're coming on tomorrow night. We seem to have all agreed to that. The question is, what time do we come on? Do we come on at regular time or a little later, or what do we do? Figuring results will not start coming in till about 8:30, usually. What time do you guys want to come on?
You're the skipper.
I'm not the skipper. I'm asking everybody's fucking opinion. So just give me one. No notes, Amy.
Well, it wouldn't make much sense to come on before the fucking anything starts happening, would it? I mean, I don't know.
I mean, we could come on at 9. It's just that Nick's got to go to work tomorrow, Wednesday, so I'm assuming he didn't take the day off or anything. So
Tomorrow's Tuesday.
I get that, but you got to go to work Wednesday.
Poor bastard. Gotta go to work.
Yeah, I gotta go work Tuesday.
Stephen
I'm
Talbot.
a trooper.
Okay, come on later, like 9. Well, what I was thinking about 9 is you're going to start getting results, and not to mention you will, by 11, we should have some kind of idea of what's going on. Now, again,
Now,
states in the
9
West,
9 means something different to everyone here.
yeah, 9
about it.
Eastern. 9 Eastern, it would be 8 o'clock where Nick's at.
It's 8 me.
It would actually be 6 o'clock where Matt's at. So 3 hour, whatever your difference in time
Yeah,
is.
no problem for me. It's still fucking early.
Yeah. So,
No problem.
so
That's why they say California never fucking counts, anyways, because it's all done by the time they count California votes.
normally,
You know,
well, it's not only California; it's Oregon. Any of the West Coast states. Also inland from there, you take like Nevada is 2 hour difference in here. I think. Pretty sure. No, it might be 3 actually. I guess it is.
Yeah.
3. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 3. Okay.
Nevada's 2. Nevada's 2.
Is it? Okay. I just remember watching when I lived
Yeah,
there. I watching
I deal with
NFL.
Nevada all the time.
NFL football started at like 10 o'clock in the morning or 9 o'clock in the morning or something. It was fucking hard to get used to.
Yeah. 10 a.m. in Nevada is 8 a.m. my time. So it's 2 hours.
Okay. Yeah, but you're closer to them than us, and you're an hour behind us. So from where I'm at, it's 3 hours. That's what I think. Yeah, that's got to be.
Oh, you're 3. Yeah.
Yeah, because
no, wait a minute. Is this Greenwich Mean Time or is this Zulu? Ultimate zero. Time. You guys are all getting me all fucked. Nevada 2 hours. This 3 hours. 2 hour. Jesus Christ, you're an hour different from Nick, and you live what, like 200
probably
miles,
no.
300 miles away from each other.
No,
You're
from
an
where
hour that's weird.
It's 535 miles to my dad's house in Alabama, and Nick is further than, so it'd be closer to over 600 miles probably. All right.
I'm sure.
Well, Nick says he'd take one for the team, so I guess it's going to be 9 o'clock. We will be on tomorrow night. So I think what we're going to do tonight.
Well, it's at least still an hour earlier for him than that.
Well, yeah, it'd be 8 o'clock there. But I think we'll probably end it tonight a little early. I got to be honest, I'm usually pretty tired by 9 o'clock. I'm ready to go to bed. So we'll see. I will be able to have screenshots of stuff.
Call-ins or anything?
Yeah, I think maybe we'll have some call-ins. That would help. We'll be like, what is it? C-SPAN, but we'll call it G-SPAN. There you go. Is tomorrow's show extended? I don't know. It depends on the guys. Depends on how many people are actually watching. If we get the same normal amount, maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. I mean, if we had a professional operation here, we'd probably start at 7. It wouldn't end until 12 or 1, but we don't have a professional operation. It's, people got to go to work and do their real job so they can live. Well, Nick does. So. Take a photo of your vote
already,
and post.
So I know what my pick was.
Yeah. And the only reason I did, we were supposed to go last week, but my wife didn't feel well, so we didn't go. So we're going tomorrow morning. So take a photo of your vote and post it. I am.
And yes, Jeeves will be voting for me by proxy tomorrow, so I don't have to leave the banner.
lives in a manor, Nick. That's nice. That's nice.
He lives in a manner of alternate reality.
Tina says, I hope he wins. Pennsylvania and Florida aren't those two crucial states. Yeah, they are big swing states. Florida is probably bigger than Pennsylvania, but Pennsylvania, if he loses it, is going to be very difficult for him to win. They have a lot of electoral votes. He could maybe lose one of the smaller swing states, but Pennsylvania is normally, and Florida are the two main ones he has to win. But then again, he also has to win North Carolina, which is the same way. And to be honest, if you're going to go into it, you got to win as many states as you possibly can. I don't care what they are or how little, like Wyoming might have 2 or 3 electoral votes, but why wouldn't you want them if you could get them? You know? Hey, Anita, how you doing? I didn't even see you come in. Sorry.
Well, I wonder how many actual I haven't seen Biden going very far flung. I mean, he's sticking to, just a few. I think that's almost the same mistake Hillary made by not going anyplace else, really.
He has recently, like when I say recently, within the last week, started going to, he's been in Michigan, he's been in Wisconsin, Ohio, I think North Carolina, he's been in Florida a couple of times, been in Pennsylvania, but it has been really very recent. He's done a bunch of the virtual ones. He doesn't, they don't want him out. It's not that they're afraid of COVID. They don't want him out because every time he does, he says something stupid.
Oh, and he's done so like we knew he would within the past couple of days. So they're keeping his ass a little bit locked up.
Yeah, that's why. There is no other reason. It ain't the COVID.
Now he said he was wearing an Eagles jacket. This motherfucker didn't have an Eagles jacket on.
Yeah, I know. This is what I like.
He didn't know what the fuck.
God damn it! Heads will roll. They didn't dress him right.
No, they didn't learn him right to tell him what the fuck he was wearing.
May get here as it will be 2 a.m. for the UK. Well, oh yeah, 7 o'clock is 12. Yeah. All right, Viv. Well, you'll read about in the papers how the election results have been halted and we don't know who won the following day. He got run out of Texas. I heard something about that. I didn't really read it. I got to be honest, I don't read a lot about Biden. The gaffes are in the headlines usually, and that's enough. And they're not gaffes. That's actually how he thinks. Like with the 14-letter fucking 3-word thing he tried to put all together at one time. I mean, it's in the headlines. Kamala Harris, I don't read anything about her because I know her stick.
Right out of his brain.
I don't even really read a lot about what Trump had to say at his rallies because it's pretty much the same thing at every rally, maybe in a different order. There may be a few different things said, depending on the news of the day. But in the end, Trump actually has done more work to get reelected in the last 3 or 4 months than Biden and Harris put together. So,
that's kind of disheartening to me because it looks like Trump is working harder than he did the first time.
Yeah,
which means he's worried about it. Really, I mean, I don't believe he did as many campaigning stops in the first election.
He did 5 yesterday. I believe he was doing 5 today. I mean, that means you are.
I don't think he's worried. I think he's proven his point.
Well,
or maybe he wants to make fucking sure or something. I don't know.
I think he also enjoys it. I mean, let's face it. I mean, say what you want, but Trump has a big ego and he loves the crowds and he loves the cheering and he loves all that. And it's probably a lot more relaxing for him to do that than it is to go back to Washington and listen to Nancy fucking Pelosi. So,
Well, yeah, there's that too. You know, I mean, I'd rather get.
Well, yeah,
my ass
but
out.
why not?
anyway, you
I
guys.
mean, who wouldn't want to go to like a fucking venue and have everybody that chanting that they love you and shit? I mean, yeah,
It's
that would
possible.
be fun. You know, I wouldn't mind that too much, really.
I think
I mean,
that
I take 40 to 60,000 people saying they love me as well.
yeah,
That's just great.
I get that often.
Biden has
so
like 6 circles and they can't fill them up.
I get that often from 60, 80,000 people, and I can tell you from personal experience that it is nice. It is. Or 11 or 12, one of those two. I don't
Feels
know.
great.
And most of them, they hate me really, but whatever. His gaffes are from teleprompter malfunctions. Yeah, I don't think so, Stephen, but okay. Let's see. COVID stopped a ton of rallies. They did, actually. There was a bunch of them that got canceled.
Oh, that was funny. That was funny.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Once again, Oklahoma will be solid red
Because
every
he
single
can't even
county
figure
here.
out where the hell the teleprompter is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like Trump, I don't need. Does Trump even have a teleprompter at his rallies? I've never actually seen one, but I was just wondering.
Yeah, sometimes he goes half and half. You can tell it's scripted, and then he'll go off on wherever he is, he'll start doing like local kind of bullshit things, stuff like that.
Yeah. How do you know where the teleprompter is? Now, he always has these 2 little stands with these things you can see pointed down. Is that teleprompters?
I
don't know what the hell that is, because he said that
They
he
can
didn't use
project.
the
It's like
teleprompter,
a
yeah.
heads-up display. They can do that, but they put them up there as well for windscreens for the fucking mics. But
oh,
that
that
can be
probably what it is.
projected to it as well.
Because where he was yesterday, it was like 30 degrees, snowing with a 40-mile-per-hour wind, and he said, I had to wing it because I couldn't have teleprompters. But I saw these 2 stands that were standing there on each side of his podium, pointing towards him that have an angle to it. I don't know what's on that.
Well, it could be the windscreen thing.
They could, but if they get all wet and shit, you ain't gonna be able to read it, with all the water over it.
Plus, they
shit,
may.
I don't know.
Plus,
I'm
they're,
no expert. You're
plus-
the IT fuck. Come on,
plus-
tell us.
well, if they put the
I've never been president.
teleprompter.
I don't need a teleprompter.
Teleprompters are electronic equipment. I'm guessing that's melting snow on a teleprompter, which is going to heat up some, is probably not very good for it. He always goes off on fake news people at his rallies. He does. He has screens that show him to the back of the crowd at the Tulsa rally. There was no prompter anywhere. Okay. He didn't on Saturday.
These things are almost
Caliber.
translucent. You can barely see them. Unless you pay attention, you can barely see them.
Oh.
But if you look at him, he looks to the left, he looks to the right, and there's these 2 things that are standing there. Just 2.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure.
Yeah,
what
they're
call it,
about like 16 by 12. Yeah, those plastic things on the fucking like boom stands.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And first time I saw them a long time ago, I thought they were like bulletproof glass or something. I'm like, well, they ain't that fucking big, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like,
Who knows?
I mean, like 20 years ago, they started using the shit, probably when they had the projector shit that, but they're angled downwards. I don't know, man.
Right.
I don't know.
I don't know what's on those little things.
You would think.
Does the people behind him actually see what's on that?
I don't know. You would think he would have his rallies pretty much memorized. I mean, he says basically the same shit, and then like news of the day, like from whatever state or city.
Right.
He can add in there at any time, which, and he goes for like an hour and a fucking half usually. That's a lot of talking when you're doing 5 of those a day. And you can kind of tell he was tired. I watched one the other day. He was kind of tired because you could tell. But as he went along, the crowd, I think,
yeah,
invigorated.
He was very quiet.
Yeah.
He was very quiet
Yeah.
for him. Yeah,
Yeah.
I noticed that right away. He was
Yeah.
very quiet.
Yeah. But I think as it went
Yeah,
along.
he toned things down.
Yeah. Well, dude, could you imagine having to fly to all these different places, and then in some cases having to drive a half hour, 45 minutes, an hour to get to the actual venue and do that 5 different places in one day? And one of them down here, and I think it was Opelika, Florida, or wait, was it Opelika? Some fucking where. It was 12 midnight.
Yeah, Opelika.
Yeah, 12 midnight. Opelika is down by Miami in Dade County. But it's like 12 midnight.
Then he
Also
goes home and flies out the next morning to go to 5 more.
Yeah. Also, the one thing I loved about that one was that he kept them out past the curfew. I thought that was funny as shit.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah. So
there was a 12 p.m. curfew.
Yeah,
and Trump said, "Yeah, okay, whatever." Fuck it.
As Nick said, I think it ended after 1 sometime, and then he had to fly back. I don't know if he actually went. Did he go back to Washington, or did he just go to West Palm? Because by flying to West Palm from there, it'd be about 40 minutes, 45 minutes, something like that, and stay at Lago.
Yeah, I'm not sure where he went in.
Trump needs a nap, like I said. I don't know how he does it. I mean, he's a workaholic. But you can tell when they take pictures of him getting off the plane at the White House or wherever he's staying after all this, he's fucking tired. The tie's undone, the whole, he's tired, man. I mean, I don't care who you are. You're 71, 72 years old, whatever he is, you're going to be fucking tired. His dancing cracks me up. Yeah,
I was just watching it on Fox. But, you watch this man, and he's standing in freezing cold, snow, and wind, and he says it's cold as fuck, basically, so to speak. He said, but we're gonna do it because I love being here, and he does the whole damn rally.
Listen, the way
we're just gonna suck it up.
The way he does it tells me that he loves America, he loves the people of America, and he wants to do something for them. Because look at a guy like Joe Biden who isn't doing shit, and look at the things he's saying that are all downer bullshit, most of them untrue. Okay, and then turn around and look at a Trump rally where everything is positive for the most part, and the truth for what he's saying. Now, I'm not saying he's perfect. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is if you compare the two people and their rallies, and then you compare what they've done in politics, there is no fucking way you can ever think Trump ain't doing a better job. And that Trump don't actually give a damn about what he's doing.
So, yeah.
And wants to succeed and wants Americans to succeed.
People over the weekend, they're like, I just don't like him. I'm like, so what? Who asked you if you had to like him?
Yeah.
Is he doing a good job or not? That's the fucking bottom line. I don't give a fuck if you like him. I don't really particularly like him. I believe he does a lot of dumb shit. That doesn't mean he can't be president well.
Yeah. We all do dumb shit. The question, all right, you want to go on dumb shit? That's fine. Who does dumber shit? Joe Biden put his crack addict, alcoholic son in charge of corruption and billions of dollars. and never thought anything could go wrong. You want to talk about dumb? Does anyone see Trump doing that? So he's 3 years older than me, and I can tell you for a fact he has the same natural energy I have. Okay. People are making TikTok videos of Trump dance. It's so funny. Jerry, Trump will be 74 as of July 13th this year. Yeah, I get his age wrong every freaking time. So he's 73 now. Why are we on TikTok, folks? It's a Chinese run place that is fucking with us. Why are we on TikTok? Countries overseas sees Biden as representing the USA as another bribery despot. Oh, bribery deposit slot. Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. Easily swayed. And you know who's going to be easily swayed by? Kamala Harris. You know who she's going to be swayed by? AOC and the gang. That's who she's going to be swayed by. And within 6 months, Biden won't be president any fucking more. Kamala Harris will be. It's that simple. How Biden can't get through a rally without fucking up. How is he going to go talk to people in the Middle East? How is he going to go talk to the people in the EU and people in the EU and the Middle East and in Israel and all these places you have to go and deal with? How are they going to? What are they going to think of him? They're going to think he's a pushover. China's going to use him to death.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? And China.
How's he going to go to North Korea and call Kim Jong-un like ping, pang, pong? We had a meeting, me and Ping Pang over there. And, he won't remember the fuck. He doesn't remember any of the. He still thinks he talked to Chairman Mao or something when he was vice president. He's a fucking joke.
18 to 20 hours a day working is what Trump and I have in common, which we talked about when we met last December. Stephen Tolliver. I didn't realize you met Trump. 18, yeah, I believe, because they say he's up at 3 o'clock
We're
in the morning.
not worthy. We're not worthy.
Biden is almost 82. No way he could run this thing. 80-year-olds, I've known my father could be president. He's sharp as a fucking tack. He's 85. Most 80-year-olds can. And Joe Biden, from visual and audio proof for the last year or more, okay, tells you the whole story. He is not capable. I haven't heard any more of Tlaib's brilliant ideas of printing $3 billion platinum coin and spending it on the deficit. Yeah.
Oh, Eric.
Tlaib.
She made some comment. I heard a audio today about how she straight up said they will coerce Biden into doing what they want to do, passing all of their left-wing shit. I'll have to find it somewhere. I don't remember who said it, where it came from. It was it was on Sean Hannity, but I don't remember who posted the quote. There's another one with Ari Fleischer. He was questioning people on the streets, and the answers he was getting to the questions were ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'll have to find it.
All right. Yeah. The thing is, Eric's kind of right. I haven't heard a lot out of Tlaib lately. As much, comparatively speaking, to AOC and Omar, who, for some reason, just keep speaking. So And the other one, Presley, the other member of the squad, I never hear much out of her either. So I don't know if there was an agreement that AOC would be the main spokesman
Oh yeah,
or something.
the good-looking one.
Um, let's see. We met for the Oath Accountability Agreement Act last December at the White House, the constitutional lawyers, and my team. All right. Damn, Nick, are you sure you're an IT guy? From Larry Burns. Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
If it's a blackjack machine, he knows.
I don't do too much IT stuff at home.
Yeah. Okay.
Copy that.
I wouldn't give him 6 months, Jerry. The Democrats are pumping Joe up with Geritol. I couldn't figure out how to spell it. They used to call me Geritol in middle school because I was the second tallest kid in school. And the first tallest kid in school was also the biggest kid in school. His name was Ivan, and that was you didn't make fun of Ivan. Ivan beat your ass. So, but
Well, then you must have hated Lawrence Welk because that was one of his biggest sponsors.
I did hate Lawrence Welk, but when I was at my grandparents' house, she had no choice. I think it was Saturday night was Lawrence Welk at like 7 o'clock or something. It was you had to watch the Lawrence Welk.
A 1 and a 2
Yeah.
and a 3. Yes. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember that shit. Too.
Yeah, he was on for years and years and years and years. Polish guy, like swing music, polka music, that kind of shit. I did not like Lawrence Welk, but you didn't tell my grandfather you couldn't watch Lawrence Welk, so or my grandmother, so that was that.
Oh yeah, I wasn't into that dude either when I was a young kid, but you don't tell the parents anything because they slap the teeth out your head.
Yeah, it's like shut up and be the antenna, And I remember it being in black and white.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're gonna watch Walter Cronkite and Lawrence Welk, whether you like it or not.
Well, Walter Cronkite was on in our house every night. I remember hearing Walter Cronkite, because it was during the Vietnam War, and they would have the names and sometimes pictures of the guys that were killed and wounded that day on TV. They don't do that anymore, but it was every single day. You would see. I remember one particular one. I think Dan Rather did it, but he was interviewing this group of, I believe it was soldiers, or it could have been Marines. I don't know, but they got hit, and the guy he was talking to, I think, got killed. I remember the day the war ended in '75, and I came out of I think it was like a Sunday or something. My dad was home for some reason. I don't remember why. And I was, it's, 6, 7 years old. I was so happy the war was over. And I didn't even really, I didn't understand the war. I was 6 or 7. I just know everybody was protesting it. And people were getting killed every night, every day, seemed like.
No, Jerry, I was 15, so do the math in 75.
No, I guess
so. You weren't 6 or 7. You were a little bit older.
Yeah, you're right. I was 6 or 7 in '69. I remember Walter Cronkite a lot, and he was on for a long time after that. So 75. Well, I was 6, 69, so 75 would make me 11. How old are you now? 60? 61.
Me?
Yeah.
61.
Okay, so I'd be 11.
Born 59.
Right. Yeah, you're right. 11. Walter Cronkite.
I was born in '69, but I remember Walter Cronkite. But I remember my dad coming home from Vietnam and being greeted, air quotes, by the people he was fighting over there.
Yeah. Brian told us the story. Brian Snooks Strasser, he told us the story when he came home from Vietnam. He got off the plane and saw a bunch of people over behind a chain link fence, and he thought they were cheering. And when he got up there, they were calling him every name in the book and spitting at him.
Yeah, same thing my dad said.
And also, he has written a book that he has sent me, and I believe he sent you a copy of it too, right, Jerry? But
did.
if anybody contacts him on Facebook, he may give you one or sell you one. I don't know, one way or the other.
Yeah, he couldn't.
But fascinating.
He couldn't. He couldn't sell it on Amazon or anything because he would have had to get a lot of legal releases from a lot of people he talked about, which would have cost him a lot of money. So he self-published it, I guess, and he gave the copies away. Brian is a very good man, I think.
And we don't see him that much anymore.
No.
Which is, we did see him not too long, a couple of weeks ago, I believe. I believe he said hello or some bullshits, but
in 75, I was trying to get enough comic books with a special black bar along the top to send for a Superman belt buckle. Those things are worth a fortune today. That was from Eric Driver. I used to go to the bakery with my father every Sunday, buy rolls for his lunch. And I think I had, my allowance was like a quarter. And I would buy a pack of blackjack gum and a comic book every week. Sad Sack or Sergeant Rock or Jonah Hex.
yeah, those were big. Yeah.
Yep.
What's that other gum they used to have back then? It was like clove shit.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Demons.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was big.
Yeah, I hated that. I don't even like the blackjack gum. I don't know why, but every week I bought a pack. And I would take. I think it costs. I'd have a nickel left over.
Oh yeah. Oh geez, we used to have this woman named Helen's. She had a penny candy store, and it was.
Yeah.
Every piece of candy was a fucking penny.
Yep.
It was, it looked like out of the fucking 1800s, this fucking place.
Yep. With the big jars full of every color of the rainbow, Yep. I remember them days. Well, in the end, the blackjack had 5 sticks. It was a penny a shot. You paid a nickel. And the comic books were 10 cents. I went into a bookstore. I was in my 40s. I was just curious, and I walked in there. And comic books are ridiculously priced. Used to be able to get Mad Magazine or Cracked Magazine for, what was it? Less than $1, I can tell you that.
My mother wouldn't let me, if she caught me with a Mad Magazine, she would tan my fucking hide because it was too worldly.
Yeah, there were arguments in my house about Mad and Cracked magazines, but I guess I finally won because I started getting them at the A&P grocery store on Friday night. Eric said he never quite got the magic number of 35 to get a Superman belt buckle. That's sad, Eric. Sad. Sounds like a regret you have.
Hey, don't even ask what ever happened the first time my mother found a fucking Playboy in my room. Oh my fuck!
My dad didn't look at Playboys, so I never saw one. I knew about them. Everybody knew about him because, back then Hugh Hefner was bigger than he was before he died. But Hey, look up strike holds.
My ass stand and my mouth washed out with soap for that. I don't remember, but probably.
Possible. Back then they would. I never got my mouth washed out with soap, but it was a threat at all times. I mean, and I gotta tell you, for the dumbest shit that you wouldn't even believe now. I mean, like, if I didn't call somebody who came to the house by Mr. or Mrs., that was a big no-no in our house. We didn't have to say sir or ma'am, but
You know what? I'm gonna say that to my. I'm gonna have to say that to my kids. That
yeah. I don't know. You didn't do that shit. And I got to tell you, you didn't interrupt adults either. You had to say excuse me. If you didn't say
Oh no.
if you didn't say excuse me first, bad things were about to happen. And they didn't care who was there. They just knocked the hell out of you.
And it didn't matter who the hell knocked the hell out of you.
Well, it did in our house,
Your
I guess.
parents didn't have a say so.
Yeah, but
The others would knock the fuck out of you as well.
we
My
got
grandparents would bust my ass just like anybody else would.
my mom had these friends, and we would go visit them. And they were like, we would call them uncle and aunt because they were that close, kind of deal. So, and basically, they would the four of them, my parents and them would get together, and they get drunk off their ass. And me and the kids, they had a daughter and a son, and me and my brother would play. Now the son was like retarded, and we're young, so we don't know. So we had this
a
thing.
perfect match for you, Jerry.
Well,
You saw eye to eye and shit.
yeah. If we would have the kid run down this little hallway, and then we would like put out our finger and go bang, and he would just fall flat on his face. And me and my brother thought that's the funniest fucking thing we ever seen. We had him do it like 20 times. Until my mom found out. Oh my god, that was bad. I'll never forget that night.
Oh, that's eating and
It was funny as shit, though. I'm telling you, man. The kid, I mean, literally, no arms, no nut, just fall flat on his face, and it wouldn't hurt him. He kept laughing. He thought it was funny. I couldn't see the problem when he thought it was funny. I may have mentioned that. Didn't go well.
Yeah, I don't believe his parents would have appreciated your
I'm pretty sure that mom.
escapade that
I'm
much.
per-
That's
I'm-
probably why your parents were pissed.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure mom wasn't. His mom and dad were less than thrilled. I'm sure. I'm pretty sure my parents had to apologize for us, which that back then that was not a good thing. Ever was that a good thing? And then the rest of the night, you don't say much, and you're trying to be nice and good, and it's not enough. It's not enough, especially with something like that. Now, of course, I would never do that, and I would get mad if I saw somebody doing that. But when you're 10 or less, that's funny shit. You know.
well, yeah, it's hilarious back
Oh
then.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's yeah, it's like when my parents I was like 8 or 9 and my uncle Dick Schultz and Aunt Ruth or Aunt Ann would come over to play cards and I'd be like, hey Uncle Dick, you want me to get you another highball? Sure, buddy, thanks, man. Out to the kitchen with his like, almost half fucking glass of highball and chug the rest of it and then make him another one. Shit like this. Way we did shit like this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's why they.
my grandparents held parties all the time at their what they called it their camp. It was always a card game.
Yeah.
All kind of card games and cook and you name it.
Mm-hmm.
And they play card games.
Yeah, that's
And it
why
was a
they
big
went.
drink fest.
That's why they went there. My
And
parents used to
the
like.
kids make the drink.
Yeah, my parent. Well, we never did that. My parents used to play pinochle with them. My parents loved pinochle, and that's what they would play all night and drink heavily.
Oh yeah, that was my parents and my uncles, and it goes, hey, when her parents would have parties in Hawaii, they would tell her she'd go get them beers, and they'd say, well, keep the bottle caps because at the end of the night, I'll give you a dime for each bottle cap. So she had like fucking stuffed pockets full of bottle caps.
I remember the verbal speeches before arriving. Be on your best behavior, or you get this. Oh yeah, we got that all the time there, Larry. Yeah, my dad. I remember we walked into a hardware store one time. We walked into a hardware.
Told, when we tell you to make us a drink, you go get one.
We walked into a
We're playing do rate.
You know how like kids are always touching shit in the store. So we went in a hardware store one day and I saw this cool looking fluorescent light back when fluorescent lights were kind of new, and it was purple. I remember, and I touched it. I grabbed it and burned the ever loving fuck out of my hand. And I'm standing there. I couldn't tell my father because I knew what he would do because I touched it and I shouldn't have, and I knew it. And I'm standing there probably on the verge of tears because it hurt so bad. And he walks up and said, what happened? I said, I touched that. He said, was it hot? I said, yeah. I said, let me see your hand. And he showed it to him. He said, good. Walked away. I was like, okay. I was crying after that. I don't know, but honestly, I check my boys' search history often on their phones. They hate it. Good. If they hate it, you're doing the right thing. I'm convinced of that with kids. I have been for years. If they hate it, you're doing the right thing. Anyway, we're out of
fucking stove.
We're out of time, guys. So I guess we didn't end early. So there you go. Anyway,
thank Jesus.
Good show. Appreciate everybody showed up. Everybody who commented, as usual, had a good time. And we will see you, Jerry, once burned, twice shy. Yeah. It took like a week and a half for that to like put her up and go away. I had blisters and everything. It was fucking horrible. Anyway, guess we'll see you tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So, Matt, got any last words for tonight?
Yeah, everybody keep your fingers crossed for election day.
Yeah.
And do what you can. Vote. Get out and vote.
Let's hope.
Don't think it's in the bag because they're going to fucking, they're already setting you up for, it's unsettled, and now we can, prolong it and fuck around more.
Yep.
That's all. Yep. I don't know why I was talking so much.
Yep. No, it's true. They're doing that. They've been doing it for a while. Tomorrow, me and the wife are going to go no matter what. So we were supposed to go Friday, but she didn't feel well, so we didn't go. But we will be going tomorrow. Probably early because we got to take the dog to the vet. Get his nails clipped and get his pill. But anyway, Nick, you got any last words?
Yeah. And dig up your dead relatives and get them to vote too, because it's Democrats will.
Oh, it's nice to see.
Every vote counts, right?
Yeah. It's nice to see that the Skype is holding out. See you tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern. Please, if you haven't voted already, it looks probably everybody here has, but if you haven't voted already, please go vote tomorrow. Don't make excuses. Just go vote. Notice I'm not telling you who to vote for. Just go vote. Doesn't take much. Okay. You use more energy than that running back. Anyway, please stay vigilant, be aware of your surroundings at all times, and always remember it's amazing what you can do when you have no other choice. My name is Jerry on behalf of Maddie K and Nikki Young. We bid you all a good night. Take care, guys.